to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit.
Hello, all Antiochian men in the Diocese of Miami in the Southeast. We're back with another in our episode series, Ask Father Hans. And we have with us, as always, Father Hans. Thank you for being with us and good morning.
Good morning, Michael, and good morning, Antiochian men.
Here's our next question for you, Father. What is the biggest lesson that men can learn from the parable of the 5 talents, and how can we apply it to our work with our local Amen chapters?
This parable is one of my favorites because the meaning is so clear. You have the servants. One was given 5 talents, one was given 2 talents, one was given 1 talent. The man who had 5, he increased his 5 talents to 5 talents more. The man who had 2 talents increased it 2 talents more. That's both equal because they both equal 100%. The one who had 1 talent took the 1 talent and he buried it in the ground, because when the master came back to take the reckoning, he wanted to give the master back what he had been given. Yet he, in the parable, is the one who receives condemnation. Why? Because he did not increase his talent. So, what is the lesson? The lesson is we have to take what God has given us and we have to create increase. And the 2 servants that were rewarded were rewarded for an increase of 100%. I think the lesson is very clear. Don't sit on your talents. Don't sit on your talents. Take what you have and create increase with it. Don't compare yourself to the next guy. Make an assessment. Make an assessment of what God has given you. And that includes everything. That includes native abilities. That includes wealth. Whatever you have in your life that you can build with. And then build. Make something good. Use it. Don't waste it. Wasting is when you put it in the ground and you don't develop it. And that does not receive the approval of God. What receives the approval of God is when we build and when we create, and the expectation is that you at least double it. I think it's a very strong moral imperative. I tell guys who are stuck, listen, you've got to move. Just start moving, because if you move, God can lead you. And it's a tremendously motivating parable because it implies the direction. You have to create. You have to build something. That resonates with the very character of men, because we are created to create. We are created to take the talents and make 5 more or 2 more, or how many talents God has given you freely, absolutely freely. Now, how does that relate to Amen? If we practice this in our life and we do this, we will inspire others. And because the focus of Amen, a primary focus of Amen, is to create brotherhoods, the structure of Amen is men supporting each other. And they can support each other not only by teaching what the parable teaches and encouraging others to fulfill it, but they can take their talents and they can use it so other men can flourish as well. There's a principle here, and it's so clear once you see it. We are to create increase, Not burying your talent means that every decision you make has to create some kind of growth somewhere. Economic, psychological, emotional. Men are builders. So the decisions we make then should be decisions not just to kill time, not just to amuse ourselves or indulge ourselves. In fact, that's really spiritually harmful. The decisions we make should always be to help the neighbor or to improve ourselves. And that self-improvement part requires a sobriety of mind where we make conscious decisions about, will this next action, what movie will I watch? What am I going to do for the next 3 hours? Real concrete actions either tear us down or build us up. That frame of mind is necessary to help the neighbor. That frame of mind is necessary to create the increase. It's with the increase that you bring good into the world. And in Amen, it's with the increase that men strengthen men. Men learn how to become a man from other men. And the older can teach the younger, but the younger can teach the older as well. You're usually a little bit more nimble and they have the energy, and it just works together is what I'm saying. It's a beautiful parable. I love it. I talk about it a lot precisely for this reason. Anyone who thinks that the Christian walk and Christian responsibility is sitting back and letting stuff happen to you, you don't understand the scriptures, and you don't understand Christianity, and you don't understand what Christ did. They don't. They think it's passive. It's not passive at all. It's profoundly active, but it's directed action with a goal and an end in mind. And Christ accomplished what he came on this earth to do, which is namely conquer the devil. And he did, to bring light into the darkness. We, as baptized Christians, as sons of the living God, and we are and claim that inheritance and learn how to live in it, are to do the same thing. Bring light into dark places to build ourselves and build others and build our families and build our homes. This is what we're supposed to do. It's profoundly active, it's profoundly creative, but it's done in accordance with, in congruence with the very way God has structured the creation and the way that God has structured our own souls. There's a congruency there, and the energy and the work of the Spirit in our lives to create, to give increase, they work together in a way that the salvation of our souls, our own souls, and the salvation of the cosmos happen. That's what it is. That's why the parable is so great.
Open to me the doors of repentance, O life giver, for my soul goes early to the temple of thy holiness, coming in the temple of my body, O